Hi everyone, so today I'm going to share with you my journey into weaning P. To be fair, it hasn't gone too successful. To this day, she is now 11 months and she still struggles to eat meals, as in like adult food. At 11 months she has no teeth, so I think that's where my battle is that she's just struggling to get it down. If I keep looking at you keep seeing me looking over in that direction and you hear loads of weird noises, that's actually P. She's sat in her high chair having her lunch, so just putting that out there. I decided to wean P at 4 months. That is sort of the earliest you can do it. The advisory age is 6 months, but I did it at 4 months. In hindsight, I wish I didn't. I just got excited. I was a new mum, I was a first time mum. I'd been bottle feeding her 6 times a day for 4 months. I just got bored and I was like, let's just do it. She was and still is a very small baby, like I always say. She's 11 months, she's in size 3 to 6 clothes. She weighs 17 pounds. She is very small. So I thought maybe putting her on food would then bulk her up. But in hindsight, I just don't think she was ready for it. But I'm just going to share with you how we started into it and how we are now. And yeah, so when you start weaning your baby, you normally start them on baby rice. This is one of the ones that I've got left over. It's basically, to me, it's like flour. Why they call it rice, I don't know. It doesn't have the consistency of rice in my opinion. So what this is to me, it's a thickening agent, and I still put it in some of her purees if they're too runny. How I started weaning P was with her 130 bottle. I gave her literally like a spoonful of this. You mix this up with water. I can't even remember the ratio because that was that long ago. So what you do is you do 1 teaspoon of this to 1 tablespoon of water. This says milk, I used water. And I'd give her bottle first because I found that if I did it before, she'd get really grizzly. She didn't know what was going on. She was hungry. She just wanted her milk. She'd never been fed on a spoon before. So I'd give her milk and then I'd sit her in her bumbo. The bumbo is this. You might have seen it in some of my vlogs. It's just like a rubber spongy seat that I still use to this day. I picked this up second hand. It's pretty much in brand new condition. You can get them in Mothercare for... Are you okay? Huh? You alright? Oh dear. You can get them in Mothercare for about 40 quid, but I got mine for a tenner. So I sat her in her bumbo, which was the first time that she'd ever really been used to sitting in it. And then I would eventually start to spoon feed her. At first she was so confused. She didn't know what was going on. She just spit it out. But I was consistent and I did that for a week. So she knew what she was doing, and she knew that when she sat in her bumbo that she was going to get something by her mouth or by a spoon to her mouth. So I did that for a week. I then decided to venture off into doing vegetables. So what I would do is I would get a carrot or broccoli or whatever and I would blitz them up in my Tommy Tippy, is it Tommy Tippy? Yeah, Tommy Tippy blender. I blitzed up a carrot and I would give her carrot for 2 days. I was really worried about how she would find food and whether she'd have any allergies. To this day she doesn't have any. She's had peanut butter, she's had all of like the scary things that could flare up an allergy and she's been fine. So what I did is I gave her carrot for 2 days, then I'd give her broccoli for 2 days. So if she did get a reaction, I knew what veg that was, as opposed to giving her loads at once and being like, oh my god, I'm going to have to keep trying and find out which one it is. She started to have vegetables sort of at lunchtime every day, and then I decided that I wanted to move it back. So I kept her milk the same at 1:30, and then I moved it back to her 4:30 feed, so it was more like dinner. That has still stuck to this day. Gradually as she got older, I then started to increase how many cubes she would have. When I say cubes, when I do her purees, I put them in an ice cube tray and I freeze them. At the moment she's on 6 cubes a day, well, whenever she has puree. But at the start she was on 1. And then after a couple of weeks I would reduce an ounce of her milk and then give her another cube. So the more food you give, the less milk I gave. Whether that's right, I don't know, but that's what I did. Once I'd gotten used to giving her dinner and we had a good routine, I then started to introduce breakfast. Again, with breakfast, I use just the basic porridge to start with. This one again is a hip organic one, and again it's sort of like the same consistency as baby rice. And I just added, it says on this one just add water, but I just put in a little bit of her milk because I don't know, you have milk in your cereal, so why not? I would give her her bottle of the day, so I would still give her the same amount of ounces, which I do to this day. I've never changed how many ounces she has in the morning because she goes from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. She's going to be hungry. I would give her her milk, and then I would do like a spoonful of this, and then just gradually start to introduce breakfast. Once she got used to the porridge, I then added fruit purees. So whether it be apple, pear, peach, plum, what else have I done? I've pretty much done them all. Strawberry, raspberry, blueberry. So I just blitz them up, put them in an ice cube tray, freeze them when I don't need them, then just grab one or a couple of different flavours and then defrost them in a microwave and then just add this in as a thickening agent. Once I got used to giving her like homemade stuff, I then brought a few shop bought stuff. So my favourite brand to go with is Heinz. This is just one of their breakfast porridges. It's just a smooth consistency of the porridge, but it's just got peach and apricot flavour, and to be fair, it smells really nice. She still has these occasionally, just because they're easy and she enjoys them. They're really flavoursome from what I can tell. Like, they just smell like peach yoghurt. So I still give these to her now. They go in a range of age, like textures to ages, so 4 months, 7 months, 10 months. But I just sometimes have a few of these in my cupboard so I can grab them when I need to. So that is one of the breakfast ones. We also have one of the dinner ones, which is almost run out. I've had this for ages. And this is Heinz multigrain with Mediterranean vegetable dinners. So I would put this in with, say, I don't know, a carrot and a broccoli cube of puree, and then just thicken it up with this. And the next step for me was that once she had breakfast and she was having her dinner, I then introduced doing a pudding. That was when I decided to cut out her evening bottle. I say evening, it was her 4:30 bottle. I felt that her like fruit or pudding or whatever substituted her milk, so I just cut it out completely. For the first week I reduced it. She was having like 5 ounces. Are you okay? Yeah. She had like 5 ounces. I reduced it to like 3, and then I cut it out completely. And for puddings I would basically... What are you doing? So for puddings, I just found that I would give her the opposite. What are you doing? You're okay. You're just making a noise for attention. So for puddings, I just gave her the opposite of what she had for breakfast. So if she had, say, fruit for breakfast, for her pudding she would have rice pudding or egg custard or a yoghurt. Whereas if she had, say, porridge for breakfast, then I would give her fruit for pudding afterwards. So that's how I worked it, and it worked for us. For cutting out bottles, I just gradually did it myself. Like I said, I cut out the pudding one, or the 4:30 one, because I gave her pudding. I cut her lunchtime one out because she was having quite a lot for lunch. So to this day, at 11 months, she is still having 3 bottles a day. She's only having 5 ounces. Whoa! She's only having 5 ounces, so for her breakfast, so her first one of the day, it's sort of 7:30, she'll have 5 ounces of milk and then a big breakfast, Weetabix porridge, banana, whatever. Then she'll have a bottle at 10:30, which is just simply milk. She has 5 ounces again. I might start introducing a snack soon, just as she's getting a little bit older. Then she has her lunch at sort of 12:30, 1:15. Then she'll have her dinner at 4:30 after her bath, and then she'll have her bedtime milk, which is at 6:30 now. We've brought that forward, and she'll have between 7 to 8 ounces, so it's a big bottle to get her through the night. The thing that I want to share with you is the 5-step weaning plan by Cowingate. When I first started weaning P, I didn't know anything, and when I say anything, I didn't know how to puree a carrot. You think that it's really simple. Well, it is simple, now I know it, but because I'd never done it before, it's okay, because I'd never done it before, I didn't know what I was doing. I found out about the weaning plan from one of like my mum friends on Instagram, and she was like, just download it, it's free. It is free, just go on the Cowingate website, and it tells you everything. Like literally, how to puree a carrot. it says it. How to puree a bit of broccoli. It says it. So it's got loads of different variables. It goes from stage 1, which is like your individual veg, to step 2, where it's like your breakfasts, which is, again, I sort of followed this, which is why I did it in the order that I did. Step 3 is like your more advanced stuff, like spinach. And what else have we got? Tomato, swede, avocado. Step 4 is when you introduce meats. To be fair, I hadn't really done that. I never pureed her meats. I just sort of gave her a bit of chicken every now and then. And to be fair, she still doesn't really eat that much meat at the moment anyway. That is one thing that I really want to crack down this last month before she's 1. So if you are weaning and you don't know what you're doing, download this or order this. They'll post it out to you, and it's just brilliant. To get P onto finger foods, everyone was like, oh, try and want a bit of cucumber, carrot, blah, blah, blah. She can't eat it. She's got no teeth. So she doesn't really have much of a varied diet because she's so restricted. Whether she's fussy and she struggles because she's got no teeth, I don't know. One thing that I did use and still use is the Farley's Rusks. I've always got reduced sugar ones. I think now she's older, I'm going to get her like the banana flavoured ones, just because it's a little bit more. These are like really hard, like biscuits, and they end up turning them into a soggy mess. They are so hard. I break them up into pieces for P, but they're just, shouldn't have really done that. But they're good, and they help her teeth, like they help her when she's teething as well, because it's something she can really like chomp on and get a little bit of flavour out of it. Whereas a carrot, it's just not for her. So for finger foods, I started her on like a rusk. Breadsticks are good, just like your normal plain breadsticks from Tesco's. Rice cakes, P has sort of gone off rice cakes, shouldn't really eat them because they're not that exciting. Biscotti, again by Heinz, they're little like finger, they're like a rich tea finger but fatter, and they've got different flavours. They are good. And then for fruits, I found that the best fruits for like finger foods is obviously banana, and then fruits that she can just dissolve in her mouth and just sort of move her tongue around and get rid of it. So blackberries, raspberries, blueberries and strawberries are really good ones, and to be fair, she has them every week. If making like your fruit purees and stuff isn't for you, a brand that I used was Heinz. They come in a pack of 4, and they come in these little pots, which are also great for snacks, and I freeze a lot of purees in here. When I do her soup, I just freeze them in here, and then I can take out an individual batch and defrost it, and then that is a portion. But they come in a packet of 4, and you can get yogurts, you can get fruit purees, you can get custards, you can get the whole lot, and they're really good. You can also get rice pudding and egg custard as well. For vegetable pouches and purees, I went to Cow and Gate for those, just simply because I had the Cow and Gate book, so I figured that they were the best for that. They're also quite affordable as well, but to be fair, it's so easy and cheap making your own. You can buy a bag of carrots for 45p. Yes, okay, it takes time, but once you've got it, you're saving yourself so much money. For dairy and stuff, I decided to not give P dairy until she was 6 months. So I didn't give her yoghurt, I didn't give her custard, rice pudding, cheese. I wanted to wait until she was that little bit older before I gave her dairy products. And she's done really well with them. She's taken to them all really well. She loves cheese, and she absolutely loves like her yogurts and stuff. One tip that I do have is try and give your baby Greek yogurt as opposed to buying the little petit filou. They are full of sugar. I think one tiny pot's got like 12 grams of sugar in, which is crazy. I've never given one of those to P because I don't want her to develop a sweet tooth too early on. So I give her Greek yogurt, and I do the same thing as to what I would do with her porridge. I take some berries or some frozen purees, blitz them up, and then add it with yogurt, and that's sort of like a smoothie for her, and it's so much healthier. And she doesn't know any different because she's never had the sugary yogurts before. At the moment, as I'm sure you're all aware, I'm currently going through a battle of trying to get her onto adult food. I've done meals in the week for P before, and obviously in my daily vlogs I share what I give her as well. I am planning to do more what I give to her, but it's just hard because she's got no teeth. I can't do much of a variety, but I will be doing some more for you. I hope this video was slightly informative. I know it's very hodgepodge, but it's just my journey and how we've done it. What I've said might give you some tips, or what you've done, you can always leave me a comment and give me some tips. It's just a learning curve, and I feel like there's so much pressure for you to get it right, and I've definitely given myself a lot of pressure. I'm very anxious at the fact that she's almost 1 and she's still having puree, and yet there's other kids like walking around just chomping on whatever, and my baby doesn't do that, but what works for my baby might not work for yours. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!